Imagine you're in Rome, Italy. You want to stop by and get a pizza. Here it says $10 for a margherita. Quite pricey, you can get it much cheaper in Rome, but it's just next to the Vatican. In the other place, same. The problem is that here you will get for the price one reheated slice. In the other place, a full-size delicious Roman pizza. This one is just a tourist trap for which thousands of people fall all the time. You want to learn how to avoid those? Let's go. Let me start with a story. Everyone had a situation like that. You're traveling to an awesome yet popular place. Let's take Rome as an example. You get up in the morning, you're excited about the day and what you'll see today. So you catch a quick breakfast, leave the hotel and go to the city center. After some walking and getting lost a couple of times, it's time for the Colosseum. You wait in line for a few hours, you finally get in and admire the stones because they are super old. Seeing Russell Crowe dying in the center of the arena. But then you leave and when the emotions calm down, you realize you're hungry as hell and you could eat a horse. In front of the Colosseum you see right away a place with shiny menus and beautiful pictures of pizzas and pastas. Without giving it a thought, you go in and realize you fell into a trap hundreds of tourists have that day before you. Chances are the food will be not as good as it could be and way too pricey. So even if you're hungry, which might switch off your brain, try to focus and walk away a bit from the landmarks. Main squares, most popular places, these are all places where most traps are located. Oftentimes just going one street away you can eat much better and the prices should be much more appropriate. And the worst thing about those places you want to avoid, they are doing their best, you won't avoid them. For restaurants there are guys waving menus in front of your face hoping your warm heart won't let you refuse. Speaking with a beautiful Italian accent, showing off with their Mediterranean features, you just sometimes step in. Those can be also people talking you into trips, guided trips, museums, often shitty ones, and many more street touts that just hope you wouldn't be the most assertive person. And no, it doesn't mean anytime someone talks to you on the street you need to run away the other direction. But it should raise a red flag. In general, you should be the lord of your destiny and decide for yourself where you want to go. In my hometown, Krakow, for example, there's lots of people touting for drinks and oftentimes offering special deals. So if you're into that, why not take a chance? They also talk you into going to strip clubs, so don't mix them up. That could be fun, sure, but there are known cases of guys waking up after a heavy night realizing they have spent tens of thousands for this fun. Even if you weren't careful, you get seduced by the Italian guy or you just didn't think it through and you went into one of those shady restaurants, nothing bad happened yet. Look, no one can force you to pay for anything once you step into a place. But what you need to do is just double check the prices, or what can often be the case in tourist traps, to make sure you actually know the prices before ordering anything. And well, in general, if they are not written down in the menu, run and don't look back. I mean, come on, if they are not telling what it costs to eat there, it's quite shady. Some people feel like it's too late to leave when already seated. Like, oh no, they will think of us as poor people or whatever shame. Look at the prices and decide based on that if you want to stay. Hopefully you did some research and you are aware what the prices should be, but be careful. The example is the one I gave you in the intro. It's like probably almost illegal because theoretically the prices look good, but it doesn't say that it's just for one slice. But still, that should be the rule. Open the menu and check the prices. If they are way off compared to average, just get up, say thank you, and leave. And I hope I didn't scare you too much. Like you will travel next time to a popular place and you won't eat anywhere because of fear of being scammed. If that's the case, good. Don't let them earn money. But speaking more seriously, there's another thing to watch out. Tourist traps, as the name suggests, are made for tourists to lure them in and strip off from their dollars. How they do it? They try to make tourists' life easier, or act like it is at least. So one of the signature moves are specific tourist menus. Usually you can recognize those bad boys if they have many languages. If it's not only the local one and maybe English, it should be a red flag. Also, for some reason there are oftentimes photos of the dishes to be served. I guess the reason is that tourists often don't know foreign food, so they need to be shown with them. So if you walk into a place where you are served with those tourist menus, it might mean you made a mistake and you can find better. Of course, it's not like every menu with photos and any additional language means the owner are bloodthirsty vampires, no. But these all should just make you alert to not fall into a trap. Like for a mouse, not every chunk of cheese means their head would be crushed, right? Sometimes it is just a free snack. You get the analogy. Not sure if I do, but never mind. Do you remember the beautiful story I told you in the beginning about the Colosseum, etc., etc.? The story said that once getting to the Colosseum you would need to wait in line for quite some time. And that's when you might be attacked with another trick. You see the line or you already wait in the line, so of course you want to skip it, and of course there will be someone to make your wish come true. And of course, also in that case, if something looks too beautiful to be true, it probably isn't. What I saw, for example, was that there were guys waiting for people, waiting in the line to buy tickets for some kind of attraction, and they offered to skip it. All they did was just to get you the ticket online from an official website and charge you for it double. If the service of buying tickets for you is worth the money, then you need to search for this kind of people. But for most, just watch out, and if you promise to skip the line for an additional payment, that is probably a trap. And in general, if you want to visit a popular place, what you should do first is to check for tickets online. Oftentimes you will need to make a reservation, or like in my case, you could just directly get in instead of waiting in the line forever. But there are also people thirsty for your money if you want to do that. And I find it especially relevant for Italy. I don't know why, and it pisses me off, but it's true. Whenever you want to buy tickets online and you Google for something like tickets Vatican Museum, there are dozens of pages offering the tickets, and oftentimes the ones on top of the search are not the official ones. It's weird, but there's usually one that is the official Vatican Museum website, and like 10 other pages which are called like vaticantickets.com or stuff like this. And these are travel agencies selling their tickets to the museum, but of course with bigger prices. So you need to be careful and always look for the official website. Don't fall for the page being called official and that's it. Do some research and make sure you're actually in the right place. And don't get tempted with the skip the line ads from the other websites. Although you might save some time, it's oftentimes overpriced, and having a reservation will allow you to get right into the place you want to see anyways. Another way to avoid scams targeting tourists is something many already do, but oftentimes not the correct way. I'm not trying to be a smartass about it, maybe just a little bit, but this is quite important to get it right. So, a great way to find good places to eat or good travel agencies or whatever you're looking for in a foreign country is to check out the reviews. Of course, usually on Google, but not necessarily. For travel agencies, you might want to check TripAdvisor. For car rentals, dedicated pages like Kayak. Especially for places to eat, Google reviews can be lifesavers, and usually when you just go to restaurants with a rating over 4.5, you should be good. But what many people are missing, listen out, this might be new for you. Don't always trust the ratings blindly. Do you know there are places where if you leave a review you get something for free, or I don't know, the owner will high-five you? I think it's against Google policy, but apparently not everyone is scared of the Google police, so you might need to dig deeper. Check the recent reviews, read some of the latest ones, check the low ones, and of course make sure the restaurant doesn't have a 5 but with 10 people rating it, which probably would be the owner's family who rated. The number of reviews is pretty important. Going away now from restaurants, let me share another amazing story. Once upon a time, I'm walking with my girlfriend in the Lviv city center. Sun is shining, the weather is sweet, make you wanna move your dancing feet. And we go to like a popular city viewpoint, and there I see a guy standing with an amazing falcon or hawk or something like that. I don't know birds really. And of course I'm amazed that when the guy saw my dropped jaw, he just came to me, told the bird to stand on my shoulder, and of course we were getting a photo taken. I was happy like Christmas was earlier this year, but then surprise surprise, I hear the price. This was the first and so far last time I was tricked that way, but I saw many trying. For some reason, oftentimes it has something to do with birds, but not necessarily. In general, if someone wants to take a photo of you, be careful. Sure, it can be just someone being nice that wants to help out, so don't fight anyone willing to take a pic of you, but beware those photo scams. And if I was to name one common place around the world known for tourist traps and scammers, that would be airports or train stations, but that's not that common. And if I was to name one profession who is most willing to scam you, that would be taxi drivers. Sorry taxi drivers, didn't mean to generalize, but come on, your colleagues earned it. And this is something I'm always researching before getting somewhere. How to get a taxi without being scammed. And wherever I go, I'm checking, searching, asking, seeking and reading about that. And there are places where, for example, there are special booths where you order a taxi, pay up front, and then you are taken by a registered driver. The problem is, in many places, as soon as you leave the terminal, sometimes you don't even make it to the exit, an army of drivers will jump at you offering a ride. And don't get me wrong, in many places it can be just fine, but there are also many people knowing that once you get into the cab, you will have to pay whatever they tell you. A good practice is to also ask before accepting a ride about the price, and even if it will be higher than it should be, the scammer wouldn't just shoot a price tenfold the usual one when the ride is over. And of course, nowadays, there's plenty of apps like Uber or Bolt allowing to order a taxi, knowing exactly what the price will be. And the last one, I was thinking a lot how to put it correctly, like probably 5 minutes or even more. But I'll just say it straight away. There are places where the locals will see you as a walking dollar. Because you look like a tourist, obviously, and they will try to scam you on every corner. I've heard of many countries like that, but I had that feeling in some places in India. It's an amazing country with great people, don't get me wrong. But there are also many who want to take advantage of you. Here's a guy telling you you can't go to the train station. There's another one that wants to take you to a tourist info, which is an agency. Another one suddenly sits in front of you and starts the cobra dance thing, or a guy in a uniform who tells you where to go in an official landmark type of place like a palace, wants you to pay for it afterwards. That's now the moment where I should tell you an amazing solution for it, but I won't. I don't know how to avoid them all. Just be careful, don't expect anything to be done for free, and you should be fine. But still, I need to highlight that India is a great place to see, and I'm almost sure, almost because you never know where fate will take you, I will come back to India one day. Also because it's super affordable, like some other places. You want to know which ones you can travel on a budget? I know you do. Go check out that video next. Cheers, safe travels and do zobaczenia.